Doctor Who Fan Orchestra is an online collaborative project to celebrate Murray Gold's wonderful music for Doctor Who. When the show was revived in 2005, Murray Gold provided the score, which he has now done for the last 7 years. 7 soundtrack albums have been released to huge success, and there are many fans around the world to whom Murray's music means just as much as the show itself.
The music itself is so iconic that every time you play it or even hum it in your head, it takes you back into the show, into that scene that the music is written for.
The thing I love most about Murray Gold's music is how evocative it is. Some episodes you could just close your eyes and listen to the score and you'd still get the full emotional depth and breadth of the story.
I love how it sort of combines the grandeur and the space opera-ness of the show with that little bit of sort of quirkiness and playfulness.
The music in the show is phenomenal and probably has one of the best soundtracks ever on a TV show.
The Doctor, the companions, some special guests, even the monsters have their own theme, and it really helps tell the story.
Murray Gold's music has the emotion, the heart, the guts, puts it at the center of the show. The score plays a character in the show. It's a voice, sometimes a literal voice.
In addition to being a brilliant composer, Murray is, through his music, is a dramatist. He tells the story through his music.
It's so distinctive and so catchy and well written, and it suits the show so perfectly.
I think that's just the trick Murray Gold knows how to perform so very well in our heads, is that we're so keen to experience and feel like the characters. And through Murray Gold's music, we are able to do so. I think, in fact, his music's the key to all that.
When I originally heard that someone was putting together an arrangement of I Am the Doctor, I was absolutely delighted because this project is like a combination of my 2 main passions in life. That's music and Doctor Who. So I couldn't have been happier to take part.
This was basically a chance for musicians all around the world to submit recordings that they made based off a part that they were sent. And then all of the recordings were mixed to create a final performance of a Doctor Who piece. I was so excited because this was what I had been wanting to do for so long.
For each piece, participants are provided with sheet music for their part and an audio file containing a MIDI version of the arrangement with the all-important click track. Like a metronome, the click track keeps time, and as such is vital to the success of the DWFO's performance.
It can be very difficult in trying to be as precise as you need to be to make sure the timing is spot on to where it needs to be in order to be able to assemble the parts.
Each member practices and eventually records their part individually.
Once is never enough. Like, no matter how good it is on your first try, you're always going to want to do it again to make it better. So it can be a really frustrating process. You just have to learn, when to let go and when to send it in. And it's challenging because, obviously, we can't rehearse together. We can't work on our intonation as a group.
Okay, cool, well done.
You were flat!
I was flat.
You were flat!
The DWFO has a private Facebook group, allowing the coordinators to make announcements and members to ask for technical help or to ask questions about their part.
The group provides a place for us to get together, chat, help each other, support each other, find a place to be a common organization.
It helps you connect with people from all over the world, because I never imagined years ago when I started playing my instrument that at one point I'd be playing with people from other countries, and I think that is just so fascinating.
There's always someone happy to give advice or answer questions.
The oboes talk about tonguing, the violin players talk about bowing, and it's really important that they have that place to have these discussions and come to a consensus.
You get to ask your questions about how the music should be played, and also logistical things like what kinds of microphones to use.
Also, the group is very special because some of us share jokes, we talk about where we're from. It's a very interesting place to meet all these musicians that has all gathered together because we also love Doctor Who.
I already knew Stephen Willis from emails and just a tiny little project or two and some chatting in the Gallifrey base Doctor Who forum.
Robin and I had been discussing Doctor Who music for a few years previously, so I knew she was just as crazy about it as I am.
I knew he was sincere. I knew he could arrange music.
I first had the idea to start the project when I was messing about with an arrangement of I Am the Doctor, and I thought it was a bit of a shame that no one was ever going to get to play it. And then I thought, hang on, I know lots of people just love Murray Gold's music, and I'm sure a portion of them must also play musical instruments. So why not see if I can get people to record it individually, and I'll put it together.
I thought, well, I don't know how it's going to work, don't know who's going to reply, but it sounds so cool that I have to do whatever I can to try and help make it happen.
It's quite amazing to see the final product, and it's like, wow, how did this happen?
When I look back now, I'm just so proud of all that we've done. It's been a lot of work, and it's never been dull. And I think we've got better as we've gone along. We've got slicker. I've certainly learnt a lot in terms of transcribing, arranging, even composing from studying Murray's work.
My name is Laura, and I live in the state of Oregon in the US, and I used to be a professional horn player, but physical disabilities and living in a remote area keep me from performing these days. So I was really excited to participate. Being in the fan orchestra was so much fun and such a great confidence rebuilder that I'm going to keep playing and recording. And that's part of what Doctor Who is all about, people coming together to do more than they ever thought possible.
Playing with the Doctor Who Fan Orchestra has been a very, very enjoyable process. Even though it has been a lot of work, I really enjoy it, and thank you, Stephen, for organizing this orchestra. It has been a lot of fun.
The experience was fun, and to be part of this, I would say I would not have given it up for anything else.
It's a big year for Doctor Who next year, with the 50th anniversary, and we hope to celebrate that in style.